What's going on, y'all? It's Merk, and I'm back at y'all with a video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about U.S. manufacturing versus overseas manufacturing, kind of the pros and cons, just some simple stuff that you should take into account for either one. It's also Mother's Day. Shout out my mom. Shout out all the mothers out there. Appreciate y'all for real. First off, communication is a big thing. I feel like with me having a full-time job, you can't respond to people's emails. You can't be emailing people while you're working. I can't be emailing somebody on my phone about business shit. Like, I have to be working. So sometimes, like, I'll go to the bathroom, whatever, I'll be emailing somebody, or like on my lunch break, that sort of thing. But I'm never like, I can never take time away to do that during the workday, right? That's definitely a big thing. I feel like with US is that it's just the workday. I mean, overseas they have their workday too, but it's at night because they're like so many hours ahead. It could take a couple days for you to get all your shit finalized and stuff with US manufacturing because of the workday. Like, unless you don't have a full-time job, then like you got all the time in the world to be messaging these people back. With overseas manufacturing, I found it literally took me, once I had my design and everything, it honestly took me like a day or two to really just finalize everything. I think on the second day, I low-key, like the second or third day, I low-key paid the invoice and had them send the sample out. US, it could honestly take a few days, maybe even a week to really get that going and then finally put the order in. That's just my opinion. When you have a full schedule and you're working all day long, you don't have an hour set at a time to be emailing somebody back. Like with Alibaba, you're like on a chat with somebody. You can talk for like an hour and a half with somebody and they will be responding to you pretty fairly. Like their customer service is really good. Now, like a US place, you know, they could be emailing you back every hour, every couple hours. It's like it's a longer process in my opinion. So I think that overseas manufacturing takes the cake on that. I don't know how many hours they're ahead of us, like 9-10 o'clock at night. That's like 8 a.m. for them. I'm not good with math, but that's like their start of their workday. So I can just be emailing them back and forth when I'm like getting ready to go to bed. I would say number two, the time frame it takes. US manufacturing, I would say that usually it's like 3 weeks to a month. It used to be 2 weeks, I feel like, but it's definitely 3 weeks to a month. Sometimes I've had to wait 2 months for stuff. Just all depends on like who you go with, if it's a bigger company or if it's like 1 or 2 people doing it. Overseas manufacturing is definitely longer, I will say. I had to wait like a month to get my sample in. The production time was 15 to 18 days. I think there was one time within that where I didn't respond for a couple of days, so that pushed it back 3 days, I would say. And then like shipping time was a week. Honestly, it was pretty quick to ship it though. It was less than their shipping time. So it's 15 to 18 days and then 6 to 8 days for shipping. Not terrible. Now with this bulk order I just put in, it's going to be 30 days, like 30 business days, and then 6 to 8 days for shipping. So that's a whole month. So I plan to have everything out by like middle of June because I've got t-shirts coming right now that are getting made. So we're going to have a decent sized actual like drop that I've never really had a drop before with multiple items. But that being said though, I feel like overseas is definitely longer. US is definitely faster. I'll go over price, which this is a big one. A lot of people probably already know this. Price difference, it's significantly better overseas. Obviously, people know that. I think in any industry that it's cheaper to do stuff overseas than it is to do it in US, and that's what the whole tariff stuff's about, is that, you know, the government's trying to kind of even it out. Just for example, I guess I'll show you all the sample. I've shown like 5 people. I haven't teased the Instagram yet, or I've teased the Instagram and the Snapchat. I haven't shown anybody, but might as well just drop it. But we got this hat right here with the old duck on there, and then the cowboy logo, Raise 'em Up logo on the side, and then we've got some print on the inside. This hat right here, pricing wise, just put this here and we'll grab like a Bottomland, one of these. So this has full customization. It's got multicolor embroidery, which I never really did that in the past. I don't know why I never did that. I've got 2 places of embroidery and a print on the inside of the hat, like I showed y'all. This hat just has 1 piece of embroidery on the front, nothing on the inside, nothing on the side. This shit costs almost double than what this cost me. Granted, it's camo, yes, but still, even a hat that's blank, this was probably 75% more than this. I wouldn't say double, but I mean, dude, this looks way more sick in my opinion. I like the deer on this. It's simple. I feel like most people want something that's a little more colorful, looks higher quality. So, and it's got a rope. That's overall with the price. I feel like it's just, there's so much more customization you can do for at a cheaper cost. Let me know what y'all think on that. I don't know if anybody I don't know anybody, other brands that are actually doing overseas shit. Everyone's doing Richardson stuff, Lost Hat Company, Yupong. I mean, I have some Yupongs and stuff. You provide more value by doing more customization and adding more little pieces of your brand to the hat. So I think it's a win-win. Lastly, I would say like trust and just customer service overall, that sort of thing. With Alibaba, you can make sure that different vendors are trade assured. There's like a little box on Alibaba and you can see if they're verified. You can look and see their reviews, make sure to see how long they've been in business, all that sort of thing. You don't want to just click one supplier and be like, oh damn, and that's a fire hat that they have on their picture. Let me message them like, you gotta actually do your research, make sure they're good. They've been around, they've been in business for a couple of years. It's not just like their first thing and they don't have any reviews, because that's sketchy, right? I mean, you wouldn't want to do that in the US anyway, but you gotta do your due diligence. Maybe reach out to a couple people, send them the same information for each one, get a quote, see which is better, that sort of thing. With the US, I've had a couple run-ins where people didn't make it right. One place made it right, the other place was like hesitant to, didn't really believe me. Just overall not good customer service. Just like I was, honest as I am, and kind of got screwed out of like a lot of money, and that really pissed me off. But it is what it is. Like, shit's gonna happen like that. It's business. You gotta learn from some shit and figure out how to do better and how to mitigate that risk. Overall, like, your shit's gonna be protected with overseas as long as you make sure it is protected. If you just go off with some manufacturer that doesn't have trade assurance or any of that, you're probably gonna be screwed. Just make sure, even US, like, hey, what if something happens? Like, what's your guys' policy on this? Like, will you refund me the whole thing, or will you blah blah blah? I've had good luck with overseas so far. I'm happy with it. Overall, I think that's my 2 cents on both those two. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments. If you have any questions, be happy to answer some stuff about that. Overall, it's just half of this shit with business is you got to do your research and find out what's good, what's not, trial and error. You got to figure out stuff. It's kind of hard to like coach somebody through all this stuff. I don't want to be one of those core sellers that's like all these people are doing now on the internet. It's like, it's just kind of scammy, and it just is like, I'd rather provide some free value. Like, if I did it, any of y'all could do it. Appreciate y'all for watching. Got any questions, let me know in the comments, and we'll see you guys in the next video. It's C Merc. I'm out. Peace.